everyone, thanks so much for being here on another day of our 12 days of Christmas. So I'm going to be going all the way through till January 6th, and that is kind of officially when Christmas kind of ends. But then also we have Orthodox Christmas on the 7th, so it really depends on what you're celebrating. But I will be going forward with my 12 days of Christmas videos, and I just wanted to thank you guys for being here. So I had a few things to pick up, so we ended up crossing the border and we went to Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby is one of our favorite stores. We always find everything on sale. They always have great sales and a variety of different things. Great place to get gifts, so we got quite a few there. So I knocked off the rest of my Christmas list, and they always have unique items that I really like, so we always pass by there. We also passed by Target, but Target was pretty much cleaned out. The felt ornaments that I wanted to take a look at, there weren't very many of those, and we ended up getting a couple ornaments, which was fine. But overall, it was mostly food items that we can't get in Canada is what we got at Target, and that is pretty much it. So yeah, we ended up having a very successful shopping trip, and I got all the stuff I needed and was ready for Christmas. So I made a few different things for Christmas Eve, but I decided to make a healthy dessert. So I usually use grape nuts, but again, that's something that I have to get when I cross the border, and I forgot. So I ended up using all bran, and it still worked, but the consistency was a little bit different. So if you go back, or I'll link the old video where I have the recipe, they do look different, and I'm able to make bars with the one in the US, the grape nuts. But it's okay because I was able to just cut these into little squares. Everyone really liked them, and it's just a different consistency, like I said. So yeah, it worked out perfectly, and it's a healthy alternative for, you know, all the heavy desserts that we typically have during the holidays. So I'll put the complete recipe in the description box as always, like I always do. But yeah, it's just very simple, very few ingredients. We have the fiber cereal, and then we're just using a applesauce that's unsweetened, a little touch of vanilla, and any plant-based milk will do, and cinnamon for extra flavor. There's no added sugar in this because I just have the apricots to sweeten things up, and I just dice those up and threw those in. You can use raisins. That's Dr. McDougall's original recipe for it, called for raisins, but we're not huge raisin fans, so we typically like to use apricots instead. So there's no added sugar, there's no added fat, so you're not going to put any butter or anything like that in this dessert. It's just going to be very simple, very easy. You're going to pop it into the oven. You can just cut it into bars, you can cut it into little squares. It depends on what pan you're using, but either way, they, you know, once it's cooled off a little bit, you'll be able to cut it into whatever size of servings that you prefer. And yeah, it's a really easy dessert that's guilt-free. So this is how they turned out, and I just cut them into little squares. They worked out perfectly, and everyone on Christmas Eve really liked them. I was actually really surprised because people that I thought would never even touch them actually did and really enjoyed them. So I think a lot of us are apricot fans as well. So the apricots, you know, flavor it really nicely, and it's just such a nice dessert to have at any time, but especially during the holidays because it's a little lighter. So I made a few different things, but I also decided to make another holiday dessert, and these are just the peppermint cake-like little cookies. They're super fluffy and soft and really delicious. They are oil-free and super yummy. I just decorated them with a variety of different vegan colored sprinkles just to make them a little more festive, and instead of putting the candy canes on top. And then my daughter also made vegetarian peppermint cookies, which were a big hit at the party. So I just bought these boxes at the dollar store to transport them, and they were really handy. And then of course, like I had said, because I was recipe testing in another previous video, I made a big Wellington, a Mushroom Wellington, and the other one worked out so well, the smaller one. I overstuffed this one and I made a really big one. So it was pretty much all the stuffing that I had made in a previous video, and I decided to make a really big one instead of two small ones, and it worked out really nicely. I am in love with this recipe. It's so easy to make, it looks fancy and tastes wonderful. I made a gravy to go along with it, and it was super delicious, and there was a variety of vegetables there, so it was such a nice dinner that we had with family and friends. So after all of the cooking for Christmas Eve, I decided to have a treat, a coffee with a non-dairy creamer that I bought that is a festive holiday peppermint, and that was really delicious. And yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. Just a lot of food and festivities for Christmas Eve and some of the stuff that I brought with me. So I hope that you enjoyed the video and you got some inspiration. I will always link the recipes if you want to try them out as well. And yeah, I will see you in the next video, guys. Thanks for the support on the channel.